Hello and welcome to this episode of the Zcast. I'm your host, Bernerator, and with me is Kyle.
Hello.
Hello. So, I know we haven't done one of these in a long time. Um,
Who are you? Where is this?
yeah.
It's
We
dark.
we've been having a lot of trouble getting everybody together. Mainly for the preseason, but it's been slightly difficult.
Plus
Anyways,
plus it's really hard to commentate on the preseason since we don't know if a lot of teams are just testing builds, doing fake builds just to throw people off. So it's really hard to even commentate
yeah.
on the preseasons and what happened during them.
hmm So what we're going to do is we're going to take the preseason and say, hey, a lot of you did really well, and a lot of you were there were certain moments where you were struggling, but for the most part, everybody was awesome. And then we're going to move on to the main season. Now, last week's match one, Namek versus SSJs. That was a
This one,
crazy match.
it really was, and that's really saying something since Super Saiyans are always known as being an amazing team.
Yeah,
And Namek really took it to him. I mean, Super Saiyans won, but it was
it
neck
was
and neck and up in
It
the air
was
for a while.
damn close. For both characters were on their last bar of health. It just came down to a B2 and the Nameks just refused to throw that last B2.
Yeah, which is a real shame because it really would have shown how different this difficulty is
Yeah.
if the Super Saiyans lost their first match.
Mhm. Especially against Namek who are in South Kai right now.
That's right.
Mhm. They have done a lot during the preseason and the offseason to improve their team. They are extremely solid now, especially with
Yes.
PyCon as
Oh,
their
it's
free
so
agent.
nice. It's so nice to see PyCon.
Mhm.
Because fun fact, I won a season of the minor league with PyCon on my team.
Mhm. And the SSJs, they've been okay. Super Vegeta, Mid Vegeta has been their problem child right now, along with somewhat Trunks.
Yes.
Everybody else on their team is extremely solid. Um,
Yeah.
I'm not too sure if we will be seeing their free agent this season because, Crimson has only just started playing around with him. Go Tanks
Well,
Boo.
well, I mean, to be fair, their team is already such a huge powerhouse.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
it
if we don't see him, it's not the worst case scenario, but I mean, it would be cool.
well, yeah, but why mess with something that's been working for how many seasons now? They're
Several.
not yeah, they're not one of those teams, like the Majins that
Yeah.
uh that have that one character that's just like way lower on the output levels.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it will be interesting if Super Boo ever does see I mean Go Tanks Boo, right?
Go Tanks Boo. Go
Go
Tanks Boo.
Tanks Boo, if he ever sees the light of day.
Mm-hmm. On to match two. We have Majins
Nope.
versus Androids.
No, match three.
No, no,
No,
no, no, no. We have to
I'm
commentate
kidding.
on your match.
No, this was actually a really fun match to watch. For the first part, it looked like it was in my favor because Spopovich just took it to Cell.
Yeah. The only thing is Power Body 16 versus Power Body Baby put you in such a bad disadvantage in the very beginning
Yeah.
because Baby just couldn't stand up to 16.
No,
But
and
you
then 16 just kept grabbing for 6,000 damage. It's like, I'm going to throw you around like a rag doll. And he
yeah,
did.
it was an interesting match. You were definitely in the disadvantage with Kame House.
Well,
And
yeah.
they kind of brought their star team as
Oh,
well.
that was my big shocker actually was that I did not think 17 would be there.
Mm,
I thought that I would be facing a team with like 8 or 16, uh, probably Jiro, and
SL.
either, yeah, and probably Cell.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think we were getting the full load. I mean, I appreciate the androids seeing us as that big of a threat,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but They won by pretty much almost a full character because Jiro kept healing up.
Yeah,
But it was a good
Dr-
match.
Drew has definitely come into his own as of recently. Last year he was kind of solid and then dropped off mid-season.
But now,
But
but now no one wants to stop him from grabbing.
which is
So,
weird. It's
oh my
really
god,
weird because in our tests, like we did like 500 tests each between me, Squee, and Derangel, and in practically every one, most of the time people would just block the grab.
well, was that around the same time as the tag testing?
Yeah, shut up. But
But
in all honesty, I mean, it's surprising that they are actually getting their grabs off and tagging as well.
yeah, it just Jiro working at that high of a level just makes the androids that much more dangerous of a team,
Hmm.
especially now
Especially
that they,
on especially on a water
especially
map.
yes, especially there.
Hmm. But for you guys, you did okay.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, our big issue is we don't know what the hell to do with Majub. That's
yeah,
so for anyone that was wondering why we didn't play Majub, it wasn't because we were underestimating the androids. No, quite the contrary. Majub doesn't want to spam on this new difficulty.
hmm,
So we were throwing at him at them what we thought our best team or like one of our best teams was.
yep,
Plus, water maps are never good for Majub, so that was
yeah.
the other reason.
So, anyways, on to match 3, Ginyu versus Saiyans, and my God, this is my favorite match
I
out of the
I gotta
entire
agree with you
season
there.
so far.
It brought pride to me to
Mm-hmm.
see my old team doing amazing,
Yeah.
and it was the whole team. I think one of the best parts though was the Saiyans actually used the booster, I believe, to change the map.
Yeah, they changed the map in order to counter both Zarbon's and Raccoon's grabs because they can be up to like 5,000, 6,000 each. That's
Yes,
insane.
yes, and it cut it down severely to maybe like a couple hundred, if that.
Yeah. But
And
unfortunately, it kind of counteracted them because it allowed Birder, Jace, and hell, even Raccoon, because he was on a spammy AI and a spammy build, to just have all this space to just throw out their B2s.
yeah, and then Captain Ginyu of all people
Mm-hmm.
brought the
With
melee game
Yep, with
to an
Draconic
eighth.
Aura. Yep,
That Draconic Aura was such a good idea
yep.
for the Ginyus because they
Mm-hmm.
know that the Saiyans are going to turn into monkeys. At least, what usually at least half the team on average, if not more.
Well, without a night map, only Scouter and King Vegeta goes ape, but usually King Vegeta goes every single match. So
Exactly.
there's at least one ape.
So that was, I mean, it was great ideas from both teams. The Saiyans had a great idea with the map change, and the Ginyus had a fantastic idea putting Draconic Aura on Ginyu.
Mm-hmm. And also switching Raccoon to B2s. That
Yeah,
was a good move too. That's
yeah.
definitely not what I figured he would be doing.
It's just too bad that he could not use his ultimate more times. He was so focused
Yeah,
on the renegade, not the yeah the like the barrage
Renegade
move
Bomber.
sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so that is that. And there are actually sometimes I think the map helped them get their long B1s off
Yeah,
because the
because
ship was in between the characters.
mhm. It was a high level of trying to counteract each other. Unfortunately, for the Saiyans, the Ginyu Force were able to pull it off a little bit better than them.
Yeah.
But it was a great match overall. Just on
Oh,
paper, before the match even started, everything that they did to counteract each other was fucking brilliant. I loved it.
exactly.
And like I
But the
said,
Saiyans still looked great. Don't
oh
get me wrong.
yeah, they
It was
still looked pretty solid. There were a
yeah.
couple of times where they didn't use their key appropriately,
I think
but
Bardock went for B2s more than his ultimates when he could have.
yeah, yeah, that's definitely one thing that they could have done. But AI is AI.
Yeah, you
Sometimes
can't
that
control that.
happens. Yeah.
It's nothing the team can do about that.
Hmm. On to match 4. We have Cold versus Booze, and I have to say, Oob is bananas.
Bananas,
Yeah.
capitals all the way,
Um,
underline, bold font.
Zanga versus him was kind of like
I,
throwing a sacrificial lamb to him.
it I did partial damage for this,
Mm-hmm.
and I just did Team Cold's side. It's exactly what you said. Zengai did about
3,000. Yeah.
3,500 damage. And that was, she tagged.
Mm-hmm.
She only got damage off against Oob.
Mm-hmm.
She just, she just got manhandled.
Yeah,
Oob gave
she
her
she kind of fell
no
flat.
openings,
Yeah, and
and it's not her fault at all.
mm-hmm.
It was just Oob gave her no openings, dodged every time she tried to hit him, and just hit her that much harder.
Mm-hmm. Oob's Oob's animation and melee game is so amazing, and it has been for a couple of seasons now.
Oh yeah,
Especially with that build, he always has Draconic Aura,
and
always, or not Draconic Aura, but Dragon Power,
there you go.
and it's it's just so devastating because he will basically win every clash, along with
Oh,
Kid Buu, who always has Dragon Power, and he does win every clash because he has an innate clash boost. It's it's a very solid build for Oob, and it works really well.
especially with how melee heavy he is.
Mm-hmm.
I think he did maybe one B2, and even that didn't hit.
Yeah. No, he
Just
did. He did another one. Because I remember Blazing Barrage. No, no, that
no,
was week 4 of the
no.
preseason. Never mind.
This week, I believe he did one Blazing Barrage against Evil Boo. Oh no, not Evil Boo. Jesus. Against I think Metacooler or Mecha Frieza, but it didn't hit because they were on the ground.
Yeah, I remember that now. I'm sorry. I'm getting confused with preseason week 4 because I screwed up. I'm the one that forgot to change the match in the Google Doc to what it was supposed to be. The home
No, that
field.
was.
No,
Oh yeah.
no. The home
Oh
field
yeah.
was supposed to be Hyperbolic Time Chamber, and
I,
I
I
just
think the.
simply forgot to change it.
I don't think it had that big of an impact, really. All
Probably
things
not.
considered.
No.
It's not like it was a water map,
Yeah. If it was a water map, my God.
but
Um.
we apologize.
Yeah.
Burn those boots.
Sorry.
But
I'll try and be a little bit more careful. But Cold, Cold tried.
yeah,
Metacooler and Mecha Frieza were trying. Frieza was also trying. There were certain times where he would use his key incorrectly, like
well,
not use a B2
there
instead
were
of using an ultimate, yada yada yada. But for the
there were
most
two
part,
big times that I
hmm
think he made mistakes.
hmm
The first was when he came in, he used his B2, like I might die trying this
yeah,
instead of his ultimate. And then the bigger issue though was it was him against one of the boos. I can't remember for the life of me, but the boo was doing a super kamehameha, and Frieza
yeah,
decided to use death saucers to
yeah,
retaliate.
max
And
power Frieza. That's not the
that
best.
no, that ended up with Frieza taking about 10,000 damage to the face.
Yeah. If he had used Nova Strike, it might have counteracted it,
Right.
I
Uh,
think, because he has a super boost.
Yes. Now, there is one other thing I want to say for Mecha Frieza.
Mm-hmm.
I think he really did try
Mm-hmm.
because when he came in, I think towards the end of his max power mode, he threw out an ultimate. It was just ooh dodged and just took it to him, just like with Zangief.
Yeah.
So Frieza was the best of the whole team damage wise, but I think it was just a simple Zangief had derped, and it really turned into a 3-on-4 match right at the beginning.
Yeah. And
And
trying to come back from that kind of disadvantage is really hard.
especially when when Kid Buu is on
Mm-hmm.
the opposing team.
Yeah. Is there anything else you have to say for that match?
That was the most of it, I believe.
Okay. Good work, Cold. Congratulations, Booze. On
Yes.
to match 5. We have Derp versus Gohans, and this was very impressive for
Oh
both
God, yeah.
teams. Derp really kind of took it to the Gohans for a good solid portion of the match.
Kui, especially against Ultimate Gohan right in the beginning, they
Yeah,
made it.
that was very impressive.
He had the lead for a good chunk of it and kept it close.
Hmm. For a good portion of last season and even this season, Ultimate Gohan has either been the Gohan's best character or second best character. And it
Yes,
was surprising that Kui, the new pickup from Derp, was actually taking him to town.
it just really goes to show all the testing that Derp's put into these characters.
Hmm.
And I mean, of course, all teams do that, but
Yeah,
considering what we think of Derp characters usually, to see them go up against characters like Ultimate Gohan, Teen Gohan,
yeah.
it's great.
Saiyaman did extremely well for the Gohans this week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he really didn't let Supreme Kai do anything.
yeah,
Or
and that
Goku, I believe.
was after Supreme Kai was able to take down Teen Gohan.
Yes, but that was also thanks to Goku
Yeah,
taking
that
down
was
a lot of Teen Gohan.
honestly. I think if Goku had actually not hit the ground with that ultimate, but had hit Teen Gohan with that,
Yeah.
the Derp probably could have either made it a lot more even or won.
Yeah, it's just that map is horrible
Yeah,
for
it is.
B2s, especially ones like that.
It is extremely favored for melee characters, just like Hell.
Yes. But even Hell didn't have some of the height elevation differences that Mount Piatsu
Yeah,
has.
it,
Or
it
Paozu.
is it is pretty extreme at at some places. Plus, it has water, so I mean, it's
Yes.
got
It's everything.
yeah, it's all of the downsides, and the Gohan's randomed into that map too. Ah,
Ah, that's what you get for not spending money. You get a
eh,
map that apparently lets you win.
yeah, apparently.
Um,
It was extremely well played by both teams. Honestly,
yes.
I'm kind of thinking if Kui had gotten a sleep off, it would have been a lot closer too. I forgot that he
Well,
has a sleep.
honestly, I think it more came down to Salza
Yeah,
not
Salsa
reaching
wasn't able to
his
do
full potential.
anything. Yeah.
I think Salza was the weak link, and if he had been able to hold up his own, it would have been a different outcome.
Kind of like Cold with Zangya.
Exactly. But he did more than that. But yeah.
Yeah. Potato, potato. Um. Anyways, I'm thinking on to match 6. Is that good?
Yeah, sounds good to me. Muscle versus Blades,
Yep.
with Team Muscle actually coming through on this one.
Yeah, kind of by the skin of their teeth.
But you know
Um,
why? Because
because of
friggin'
Broly.
Broly.
Yeah, Broly has always been such a crazy opponent.
Yeah, but like before, he could never seem to get off his. He could never seem to like transform and then do enough stuff.
Yeah.
This time he proved. Wait, I can transform and use Eraser Cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah, when your character stops just using the trap shooter and actually uses his real B2s, he's a lot more ferocious and fearsome and fearful. Yeah, I'm fearsome. You know
Yeah.
that.
This difficulty change has definitely improved Broly, but
Oh, without doubt.
for the most part, Blades had that match in the bag until he got on the field. Like Nappa sort of did stuff, but he was countered pretty hard by Tapion.
And the issue with Nappa is he's down a whole health bar from the start.
Yeah,
If
he's
he's not if he's not spamming B2s, it's not worth it, in my opinion.
yeah. I kind of share the opinion. I'm not the biggest fan of Halo. It's a nice gimmick, but the fact of the matter is, before the match even starts, you're giving your opponents 10,000 damage on your team by not
That's
having that extra health bar.
that's a weak ultimate that your opponents have already gotten off on you, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
You know that
And
those we know how big of game changers that amount of health can be.
mhm. And for the most part, the AIs, they don't act differently with Halo. They still think that their B2s cost 3 or cost 4. I mean, I might not be paying attention, and Nappa might be using it more effectively than every other character, but it doesn't seem like it's the best opportunity for that character.
Right, especially
Um,
one with B1s that really help his melee.
Yeah. I mean, in this match, it didn't really matter because Broly is Broly. But
Yeah,
if it did matter, if Broly wasn't the crazy mofo that we know that he is, um, I would say that Halo is probably the wrong idea. But that's just
I
me.
no, I think I agree with you,
Hmm.
but you never know what they've been seeing in their tests, or
Yeah, that's true. I haven't been paying attention to tests.
there's only so much we can watch.
Yeah. Um, but
But
still, very well done blades, very well done
yes,
muscle.
very very good.
Hmm.
Tapion was really I really love watching Tapion fight.
Yeah. There were a few times that I kind of wished he threw a B2 out instead of going into melee, but that's
Yeah,
just what
and
happens on this new
but Sword
difficulty.
Trunks looks better, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's actually doing a great combination of B2s and melee, and he tried using his ultimate, but I believe it got blocked or it
Yes,
missed.
I think so. Something like that.
We'll just assume yes and say I'm right.
Yeah. This is being recorded on Tuesday night at like midnight Kaio's time. So,
Actually, 1 a.m. my time.
okay, 1 a.m. your time. So, you know, we're kind of forgetful.
Who are
um,
you?
I don't know, who am I? Anyways,
You're
on to
Chris Sabat.
match. We'll talk about that later. On to match 7. Vals versus Rugrats.
This
My
was,
god.
I think this was more surprising than the Ginyu match.
Yeah, it's not something that I saw coming,
No.
but Pan was
Well,
able to practically take out the Rugrats on her own.
I mean, GT Goku is an amazing melee character.
Mm-hmm.
What the Rugrats have done with him has made him fearful.
Yes,
Fearsome. God damn.
fearsome.
But Pan, I don't know what the Vals did to her, but this
Yeah,
is like the first time I've ever seen her that good.
yeah. Like during the preseason, she was fairly competent. A lot of the reasons why they lost in the preseason was because of Adele.
Right.
But with the Rugrats, she just came out to play.
Yeah, and she used her B2s as well, even
Yeah.
with her melee.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Both
oh yeah,
GT Goku and Pan had dragon power. In fact, the Rugrats used a boost store boost to get dragon power on GT Goku, so they could have it on GT Goku, Goten, and Trunks.
right.
And every single clash they got into with Pan, she won.
Yeah, it's now I do want to say, as much as we are hyping up Pan,
Mm-hmm.
I fully think this may have been a little bit of a derp week for GT Goku.
Oh yeah,
Not to take anything away from the Vals or Pan,
mm-hmm.
but it's just so rare to see a character that's so consistently good as GT Goku just get shut down like that.
Yeah. There
So,
there were definitely moments of derping, a lot of moments of derping in GT Goku's case.
yeah, and
But
Goten didn't throw out a B2,
yeah.
which is, I
Also,
believe, what he's designed for.
yeah, it's what he's designed for. But also this week, this is just an off week, I think, for Pan. I'm not too sure she'll be this solid for the rest of the season.
I would love if she was, though,
It would
because
be
god
amazing if she
damn, would that be
was.
interesting?
The Vals have been trying to get her to work for like 2 goddamn seasons.
If not longer, yeah.
Yeah. No, 2 because they had Zengia before that with
Right, but then a
season
couple
4.
seasons with Rugrats, right? She was on them?
No.
No, she was
She was
never
only
on.
in the minors, if I recall correctly.
Probably.
Yeah.
But
Um
many seasons spent
yeah.
testing and
A
tweaking
lot
and
of time, a lot of energy to get this to get Pan to where she is. And it has paid off this week. We will have to see if it continues its streak next week.
yes.
Um which they're
Either
going to
way.
be against ED. That's going to be interesting.
Oh, especially since CD has some really great melee characters, which we'll get to in a moment.
Yes, we will. But yeah, it was a well fought match for Vals. Unfortunately, the Rugrats weren't able to really do much of anything. But again, like we said, derps happen. It's the
Exactly.
entire nature of this entire league.
Yeah,
It's shitty when it happens, especially if it's to your team, but
it happens. It's
it
part of the
happens.
game.
Yeah. On to match 8. We have Earth Defenders versus Dragon Ball Warriors, and I have to say, I like the fact that General Tao had Power Body, and for the second time in 2 seasons, Yamcha was able to power through it. If
Yeah,
you
he just.
recall,
Oh, he
last
just.
season, sorry, go ahead.
No, 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 no. Keep going.
Last season, he was able to go through Dodoria as if it was nothing and got elite status against Derp.
Yeah, his melee is just insane.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's pretty fast. I didn't think it was that fast that it would just make Power Body inconsequential.
Oh yeah, he when I was the captain last season and the season before,
Hmm.
he in my opinion was my second best character, bar none.
Right.
The only one that was better was Goku because he would be aggressive and would also be that whole ult spammer thing.
Yeah, yeah. That kind of helped when your main
Yeah,
character is throwing out like 15K and then powering up again with a B1 and then throwing out 15 more K.
yeah.
But
But it was a well fought match. ED for the longest time was at the extreme advantage.
yeah, but then Nam started to wake up
Um,
towards
he
the end.
he realized that he needed water. He was a bit
Yes.
thirsty. Um,
And Tien just he wasn't spamming like he's supposed to.
yeah. They've ED has switched from a kind of tanky melee sort of thing with Tien to more of a spammer, and in week 4 of the preseason, he did amazingly. He was able
Yeah.
to take out 13 by himself.
Yes.
That's fucking scary. But
That it's very scary.
this week he threw out maybe a B2, 1 or 2,
An
um,
ultimate
and
for
one
overkill
ultimate for overkill. Against
because
Pilaf, right?
Pilaf needed to die apparently.
Yeah, he just needed to die right there. Screw everything, ultimate. I will take 2,000 health just to kill you. Um,
Yeah.
it was a really good fight from both Yamcha and Chaozu.
Pow. There you go.
Chaozu, yeah. Chaozu did really well, but he was kind of outclassed with Nam.
Yes,
Um,
Nam is just he's one of the great melee guys that I think a lot of people look up to when they're trying to make their own melee character.
him and
Him
Fasha.
and yes, him, Fasha, and Tambourine.
hmm But when it came to Tien in 19, they kind of dropped the ball. 19 was at max key for a long time, didn't really use any B2s.
Yeah, I
It's
think he tried.
I
No,
think
I
he
think
tried one.
no, I think he tried two. I think he hit with one, and then another one got blocked.
Yeah.
I think.
Either way, it was a very well fought match from both of them.
Yes,
DB
yes, it was.
Warrior was able to bring it out in the end, definitely because of early Goku by his crazy buttons. He was
Yeah,
able to do a lot of damage to ED and bring it back even, kind of negating everything that Yamcha did.
yeah, and it was kind of amazing
Mm-hmm.
to watch that.
Yeah, those solar flares, dude. Those solar flares.
They are they can be game changers.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think about it sometimes, but goddamn.
Yeah. All right, on to we went over the last week's matches. Let's do questions this time from here. And then
Alrighty.
we'll do predictions. So, first off, before we actually start the predictions, we have a small announcement. We have Chris Sabat, right?
Yes, Christopher
Yes,
Sabat.
Christopher Sabat. He is going to be co-comming with Squee, and it is amazing. This is the dude that did the Funimation dub for Vegeta, for Piccolo, for a
If you
whole
want,
bunch of others. Like,
I could just name them all off for this game alone.
yeah, for this game alone, name
For
off
this
like
game,
10.
that's yeah. He's Vegeta, Piccolo, Burter, Gogeta, Grandpa Gohan, Jace, King Piccolo, King Vegeta, Korin, Mr. Popo, Omega Shenron, Raccoon, Salza, Purunga, Shenron, Vegito, Yamcha, and Zarbon. One
Yeah,
guy.
one
He
guy.
he he has the most roles by far out of
Hmm.
any voice actor in this game.
Yeah.
He's
He
he's more than half of the Ginyu Force.
Yeah, it's great that we're going to have him, and we are lucky to have him. I'm I'm super stoked.
Oh, me too.
Hmm.
And in case there's anyone who's not big fan or not well known for the anime version of Dragon Ball Z, you may also know him as Alex Lewis Armstrong
Hmm.
from Full Metal Alchemist.
Hmm.
And
I think he was also Sanji from One Piece.
yes, in their Funimation dub of One Piece.
Hmm. He's done. He is a huge voice actor, and it is
Yes.
going to be a
No,
thrill
no, no, no,
to.
no, not Sanji. Rorona
Oh,
Zoro.
Zoro. That's
Zoro.
right, Zoro. My bad.
And one of my personal favorites, Kazuma Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh yeah, Kazuma. I forgot about him.
I'm such a big 90s fan.
Yeah.
But
Anyways,
yeah,
he is
sorry.
going to be there at this stream. It is going to be this Sunday, the 7th of February. Please be there at 1 p.m. CST when all of the matches will start.
Yes.
Yes. Or you can show up about an hour earlier and just hang out in the chat.
Wait, 1 p.m.
CST? That'll be
Is it
2
really?
p.m. your time.
Huh. That
Yeah.
seems very early.
Oh, no. That's 1 p.m. my time.
Yeah.
Whoops.
So
Um,
like 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, and 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Whoops.
But get there before that so that you can possibly see them streaming any match setups and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just them hanging out, talking.
Yeah. So try like 5 Eastern Standard Time, 4 Central Standard Time, and 2 days ago Hawaiian time.
Anyways, back to the actual Zcast questions. We have one from December the 31st at 2:20 p.m.
That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, are there any plans for another mid-season break, like the ones we've had for the last 2 seasons? To refresh possible memory loss, in Season 5 we had Team Goku versus Team Vegeta exhibition match along with Team OP versus the champ. In Season 6 we had a tournament similar to the MVP tournament. I don't think so.
Yeah.
There
Sadly,
is
we're the two worst people to ask since.
no.
No?
I'm a good person to ask. As
I'm the
far as I
worst.
know, Squee is not planning it. The reason why we had one in Season 5 is because Naruto League needed to have a bit of a break because, well, we had to have a bit of a break because we were starting the whole Naruto League 1 week, and then DBZ League words. Naruto League, DBZ
Bi-weekly.
League.
We were
Yeah,
alternating.
we were doing bi-weekly because we had been bringing them into the forums. We had Squee doing both leagues at the same time. It was kind of chaotic.
Yes.
That's the reason why we had the mid-season break to start this whole bi-weekly thing. For season 6, if I recall correctly, Squee's CPU died or something like that, and he wasn't going to be able to get all of the things together that he needed to get together, so he just had a hey, let's just have an exhibition match because I can't do it this week. And
Right.
it just
Just
so
for fun.
happened to be mid-season.
Yeah, that was
So,
just purely circumstantial.
yeah, both times. But as far as I know, there are no breaks on this train this hype train that we're on right now. It's going to be every week unless something critical happens with Squee, his back starts acting up or he gets sick or what have you.
Yeah.
We should just be every week. All right. Now we have from Harume, Hikari Seki, January 26th, 2016, at 3:51 a.m. How hyped are you guys for this season?
So hyped.
Yeah, especially with the free agent system,
I
with
mean,
the
we got
new
free
difficulty.
agents, we got the boost store, we
Mm-hmm.
got celebrity guest commentators.
Yep.
Ting, ting, sparkle, sparkle.
Yep. And also, I'm even more hyped because of the matches that happened this past week. Because of the level of play that a lot of teams are trying to, come up with, trying to out counter, and all of that stuff. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
We got 14 more weeks of regular season.
And then
And
the
the
playoffs.
playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't wait to see the Tenkaichi Bowl with this new difficulty.
Oh, that's gonna be so good. The MVP tournament too.
Oh, that's gonna feel me. Oh, the
Yeah.
gauntlet.
Ooh. Yeah, because it
You
makes the gauntlet harder too.
you thought the gauntlet was hard before.
Yeah.
Oh, just wait till the new difficulty.
Yep. We're gonna have to
So
start making some stuff for the
yes,
gauntlet.
but
Yeah.
but to answer your question, we are very hyped, and I hope everyone else is as well.
Yeah.
Wink.
Wink, wink. Sparkle, sparkle.
Yes.
John Connor X on January 31st, 2016 at 2:29 p.m. asks, "How do I view the DBZ stream live?" Well, what you do is you go over to Squee's personal channel.
On
It is,
YouTube.
yes, on YouTube. It is Spiffy Squee on YouTube. And you go there at about 4. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll say
5 EST, 4 p.m. Central Time, every Sunday. And within the next half an hour to an hour, you'll see it go live, and you will be able to watch us or watch the stream and all of the guests and all of the matches and everything. It's gonna be awesome.
yes, and if you follow Squee913 at Twitter, which is https twitter.com/squee913. I believe Squee usually tweets when he's about to stream DBZ or
Mm-hmm.
other fun Squee related streams.
Yep.
So,
Well, he usually doesn't tweet our RPs.
well,
Inferno
no, but I meant
usually
like
does that, but yeah,
his thing,
his
like
stuff. Yeah,
because he did
does
it for
that.
week 1.
Mm-hmm.
And yes,
Yes. Anyways, on to our final question of this batch. We have Harume Hikariseki yet again yesterday at 7:03 a.m. How did you guys manage to get Chris Sabat to be a guest commentator? It's amazing. I just want to know how it was possible.
Candy.
Candy and, well, I do believe that is something that Squee would want to answer at a later Zcast, possibly.
So
It
until then,
was,
Candy.
yes, until then, Candy. It was a very long process, but eventually we were able to, get a few emails together, and he was interested. So that's how.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really have nothing else to add.
All right.
Can
So
Candy was all I had.
yes, Candy. So we have last week, we have questions, and now for the ending of the Zcast, we have the predictions for next week. I know this is going to be kind of a short one, but we didn't really go over the preseason. We only have 2 of us because I wasn't really able to get anybody else. And I didn't want to go yet another week without a Zcast. I'm going to try
We
and
owed
make
it to you
sure.
people.
Yeah, I'm going to try and make sure to have one at least once a week.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Don't yell at us if that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Please.
Anyways,
We know we're bad boys.
week 2, match 1. Earth Defenders versus Vals. Now, the Vals are going to be at home. The Earth Defenders will have Goku. And
Yes.
the Valkyries will have Trunks. They're a free agent.
Now, this is really going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2 things really will make the factor here.
Hmm.
If Pan does what she did last week,
Yep.
if the Vals bring that kind of Pan, I think it'll be hard to take her down. And if ED plays Android 19,
Yeah, because then the water will not hurt as much.
exactly. If they can get 19 working on a water map,
Hmm.
then I think the Vals are in trouble. Unless, on the other side, though, Aurelian 18,
Yeah, they
if they're
have
both
two
in there,
androids. Yeah.
those grabs do nothing.
Yeah, they don't heal, they don't steal key, they don't even do damage. They do nothing.
So it's a gamble.
So it's definitely a gamble. Speaking of that, Vals are probably going to be doing that. So I mean,
You
it's a
never know, though.
gamble if ED wants to do that. If they don't want to do that, hey, it's up to you. I'm not entirely sure that Pan will be in. It'll be very interesting if she will.
It'll be
Um,
interesting if her performance changed how they view her.
yeah. Um, Goku will have to be in. I wonder if Yamcha will be in because of his performance against a power body character and Pan's
Yes.
performance against the Rugrats. If they were to clash, that would be insane.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Don't get me excited for things that might not happen.
Yeah, it comes down to a lot of things, but inherently the Valkyries will have the advantage. So
Yes.
I'm going to go for the Valkyries simply because they have a water map, number 1, and number 2, they have two androids which shuts down 19.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, even I think I have to agree with you. Even if ED does get lucky and get one of their 19 against one of their non-android characters,
mhm.
it's still a member of the Vals, so they're
Yeah.
going to put up a hell of a fight still.
Yep. And you know, Goku might come in and do a lot of crazy stuff, but the one time that he wasn't on his melee build, he kind of did an ultimate, tried to do a second one, but used all of his ki like flying around. He derped really hard on that AI. I don't know if that's indicative that he'll be doing it again, but
Right.
he's now a wild card. I don't
Yes, it's
know what's
something
gonna
to look
happen
out
to
for.
him. Yeah. All right. Do you have
Next.
anything else?
No,
Next.
no, I agreed with you that the Vals, I think.
All right. So match 2, Saiyans versus Boos. Let me see
I
who will be in. Give me 2 seconds while these tabs load. Da 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 da
do.
da 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 da.
I believe Saiyans would have Raditz in, or no,
Raditz was
Turles.
in this week.
So
So
Turles.
Turles. No, I don't
No,
think. I think Turles is on the. Yeah, he's on
I.
the reserve. They will have Scouter Vegeta
Ooh,
versus the Boos, who will have Majin Buu.
ooh. Both good people to have in.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
it's going to be interesting.
I. Oh God, I have to say Booze just because of how intimidating Oob is now. How that Kid Buu is always amazing. Majin Buu's been really good.
Hmm.
I got to give it to the Boos. Nothing against the Saiyans, but Boos are friggin' scary.
Yeah, if if they bench who I think they're going to bench, and I'm pretty sure they will, the Boos will have a definite advantage. The Saiyans are not at home. It's going to be at Hyperbolic Time Chamber, and I will make sure to have it on Hyperbolic Time Chamber this time.
I I was about to say there's a lot
Oh,
of rocks in this
you mean
hyperbolic
the
time chamber.
desert again? No. Um,
There's so many rocks.
but the thing is, I cannot deny the powerhouse that the Saiyans can bring. So I'm gonna go with the Saiyans.
Okay.
Simply because if I think, or if I know, or if they bench who I think they're going to bench, they will be very, very heavy on one certain play style, which might bite them in the ass, but also might be their saving grace. Now, I'm
Kind
not
of
going to say that
right.
playstyle because then it might be giving information to the Boos, but if they do what I think they're going to do, it's going to be a tough one to call. Now, the Boos have a lot of power just on their own. They have really solid characters. But if the Saiyans actually perform and do what they're supposed to do, they might win. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If the Saiyans do what they need to do,
Yeah.
they will. It sounds so weird
Yeah,
saying it vague like that,
it
but I
sounds
get what you're saying.
convoluted, but there's a certain playstyle that I think they're going to maximize
If the
on.
Saiyans win, they'll win.
Shut up.
Things die when they are killed.
Shut up. Um, let's see. On to the
So,
next match, which will
yes.
be Super Saiyans versus Gohans. It will be at Mount Paozu, unless they, use a map changer. Yada yada yada.
Who's
This is okay. Oh,
mm.
Gotenks Boo is benched, so Gotenks Boo will definitely be in next week.
Whoa.
I
Wait,
did not notice that.
Wow. So kind of just forget all that stuff I said about Gotenks Poo probably not showing up.
Yeah, same. Mid Vegeta is in their free agent, which makes sense. Most of the things that they kept trying out didn't work, and he just kept spamming Saiyan Soul, which is a really long B1.
Yes. Yes, it is. But
Yeah.
wow. So they'll have Gotenks Boo in, and who will the Gohans have in?
The Gohans will have Kid Gohan. They don't have Future Gohan.
Whoa.
Future Gohan is in their free agent rotation. What?
Wait, whoa, wait. Guys, you're killing me here. We had a whole season with Teen Gohan not in his Super Saiyan 2 form. And now you got rid of Future Go. I'm kidding, but still. Wait, who's the free agent?
The free agent is Bojack, and Bojack was in. Bojack did a lot of stuff last week.
He did and he didn't.
Yeah,
Like against Salza he did, but
that's
then-
because it was Salza.
well,
Salza
yeah,
ate
well,
stuff.
but that's what I mean. Salza derped. I don't know. That I mean, I understand wanting Bojack on the team. Do not get me wrong there.
Yeah, but
I'm surprised that Kid Gohan didn't get the boot.
yeah, I would have thought that Kid Gohan would have gotten boot, but Kid Gohan was pretty solid during the preseason.
Yeah,
I get
still,
honestly, I think Saiyaman would have gotten the boot before either of them because he was
Yeah.
the most inconsistent. Granted, he did really good this week, but still, he was the most inconsistent.
and he sometimes he likes to try to just do his B1s whenever, but they take so long.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be some of the longest B1s in this game.
Yeah.
Them and like the Ginyu Force ones.
Okay.
But wow.
If the Super Saiyans bench who I think they're going to bench, and if the Gohans bench who I think they're going to bench, that's going to be an interesting one. But I still think the Super Saiyans edge them out simply because they're that much powerful, that much more powerful.
Yeah, and I think the Gohans really used one of their best lineups against Derp last week with
Yeah?
both Teen Ultimate,
Bojack.
Saiyaman, and Bojack.
Yeah.
But now that I don't know, I think I would have done that lineup against the Super Saiyans and had Kid Gohan against Derp, unless Kid Gohan's doing stuff we don't know about.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think I got to go with you and side with the Super Saiyans.
Yep. Yep. On to match 4, we have the Blades and the Androids. Now the Androids will definitely not have General Blue. If they have General Blue, I'll eat my goddamn shorts. Okay?
I'll get the fork and knife ready.
No. No. Okay.
Do it, androids.
Inactive free agent is General Blue. I was correct.
Oh.
Their bench was Ader, so Ader
Right.
will definitely be in.
Who is a good player.
Yeah, he is a
Might
very
be-
good player.
He might be the weakest, but being the weakest on that team is like
Yeah.
being the bronze medalist in a friggin' Olympics. You're still goddamn better than a lot of other people.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Blades didn't actually say who their bench or their free agent bench is. I need to have a
Ooh,
talk with Dylan.
that's a big no-no. Well,
Yeah.
who was in last week?
Cyborg Tao, Tapion, Sword Trunks, and Yajirobe. I'm pretty sure that they're having Chi Chi be on the free agent bench.
Probably, and Janemba will probably see Janemba next week.
Yeah. Because
Un
they haven't tested Chi Chi at all,
oh,
from what
then
I can tell. Um, but I still have to talk with Dylan. Dang it.
yes, that's you. We gotta. I know
Yeah.
it's confusing since it's new, but we're gonna have
Yeah.
to.
You have to put who is on your free agent bench during the weeks that you're able to rotate. Otherwise, it's confusing to everybody.
Yes, especially us.
Yeah. Anyways, that's going to be hard to call ish. The Blades were pretty great last week,
Yes,
and I think they're going to bench this one person.
and I think the androids are gonna bench another person because they
Ha.
have to.
Yeah.
But
Um we're
I
we're we're trying not to give free information and
oh,
yada
here's
yada
a good
yada.
question though.
Hmm?
Who this is at the Blades' home, so
Yes,
they
this is at
don't have
hell.
to worry about water.
Yes.
So I think
Huh.
that might give the Blades the slight advantage because they what's it called? A lot of the people on the androids can be B2 heavy, especially 17.
Yeah,
If you can get rid of 17's B2s with the environment,
that is very true.
so I gotta I'm actually gonna side with the Blades on this one.
I
Because we
am going to still side with the androids because despite having a very solid game this week, the Blades just don't seem to be as solid
scary.
as the androids.
True. I can
I
understand
mean,
that.
those grabs from 16 were freaking 6K each. That's insane.
Oh, trust me,
That's
I know.
that's a weak B2. That's Dodon Ray. That's Dodon
Yeah.
Ray levels. Come on.
Yeah,
On
that's
yeah. On to match 5. Derp versus Cold. And let's see who has who. Where's Cold? There's Cold.
eh,
All right. Hercule is their free agent bench, of course. So,
yeah. No hurt.
Devilman will be coming
Oh,
in. Devilman versus Cold.
that if that doesn't kill them in
Oh,
one hit, it's going to do a lot.
yeah. And
That
King Cold is the free agent bench for Cold.
whoa, what? What?
Yeah, he was really solid during the
The
preseason.
pre he was doing over 50K for a lot of matches. I think he did over 70K in one.
Yeah.
Who?
Versus Final Form. Final Form Cooler is going to be back in.
Oh, okay. That that makes a lot more sense.
Yep.
Wow, so they're starting him off in final form.
Yep.
But see now, I'm just really surprised that Zengaya's in.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously this week could have just been a fluke for her, and she could have some
Well,
real great
yeah,
stuff.
I think it was kind of a fluke from her because during the preseason she was insanely solid.
Yeah, but I still thought King Cold was better.
Yeah. Between the both of them, I think King Cold was a bit better. But
I would have expected like a meta cooler maybe to
yeah. Yeah, I
get the
definitely
bench.
could see that.
But I mean, he has a lot of other options being an android and
Yeah.
rebirth,
Rebirth and all of that. But if they did switch out Metacooler to their free agent bench, they would have access to Eternal Life again.
which could be a
Because
real game changer.
they have Final Form Frieza, so they can't get any health from transformations, and they have Final Form Cooler, so they can't get any health from transformations. So,
Like so, it's all good and legal.
mm-hmm.
But if Derp can do the Oh, and who does Derp have coming in again?
Devilman.
That's right. Yeah, no, I got
Yeah,
to give it to Derp
yeah.
without a doubt.
If Devilman is able to get out at least one ultimate,
Just one.
they have the extreme advantage because that's going to be at least 30K
Yeah,
minimum.
that takes a full health character. If that character's full health,
Yeah.
it takes them down to one. If they're anything less, they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's for the whole team. They're all friggin' evil.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think I know who they're going to bench, and if they do, Cold is going to have one hell of a time.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I expect it to be a great match, and I think Cold's gonna put up a great fight, but if Devilman comes in, does one ultimate,
Mm-hmm.
game
Or even
changer.
then, I mean, does like three rushes. Boom, that's 30,000 right there.
Yeah. Because
Ugh.
his B2s are surprisingly powerful.
Yeah, they are. But
But
you know,
yeah,
we can't hold Cold against it just because of this week. They still have Mecha Frieza and Final Form Frieza.
very
It's
true.
insane. But it'll be close. You know what? Who are you going to choose? Who do
Derp.
you think is going to win? You think Derp is going to win? I will be the asshole and say that Cold is going to win because I don't want you to be right.
Well, it'll actually, if we do it this way, then I'm only right and you're wrong if it happens, instead of us both being right or wrong.
Shut up. Anyways, no,
I could hear the wheels turning.
yes, the rats in my head are squeaking. Anyways, on to match 6. We have Dragon Ball Warriors versus Muscle. Oh, that is something that I forgot to mention. Colt will be at home, so they will be on Namek Destroyed. That's probably not going to really play into much because they are playing on a relatively flat field.
Yes, and there's no water unlike regular Namek, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Captain, there
what?
was a message at your private terminal.
I
Ha
didn't
ha.
realize my phone was that loud.
Ha ha. Um,
You heard nothing?
but yeah, it can be a match. I'm still gonna say Cold. I have faith, and you're gonna say
Right,
Derp because you have faith. Whoever
because I
wins
have to.
wins. Whoever loses loses. This is just a game.
Yes.
Anyways, Dragon Ball
So,
Warriors versus Muscle
and
at Muscle
then,
Tower.
yes. Oh, well, obviously, then Muscle has to win.
Yeah,
Without even looking at who has to be in and who's benched.
totally. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that 13 is going to be. Free agent is Super Boo, so 13 is going to be in.
I would have friggin'
I would have
laughed
flipped my table
if
if they benched.
13 had
Yeah,
been benched for the first 3 weeks.
yeah. That
No,
would have been hilarious.
it's good to see it. It'll be exciting to see 13.
Yeah. And 13 with Broly in the same match? Jeez.
A Broly that finally learned that going to his Super Saiyan form is really worth it.
Mm-hmm. And for Dragon Ball Warriors, they're not going to have adult Gohan. They're going to have Kid Goku.
Really.
Yeah, I guess that adult Gohan wasn't doing what they wanted during the preseason.
So they have Tambourine.
No, no, this is Dragon
No,
Ball Warriors.
right. That's Namek. I'm
Yeah, they have
getting things
Tao,
confused. Tao.
Nam, or Nam, Pilaf, early Goku, and Kid Gohan.
I'm almost surprised Pilaf didn't get.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, he's kind of their weakest. Early Goku has been amazing. Nam has been
Yeah.
amazing. Tao has been amazing. Kid Goku has been pretty damn solid.
Well, I'm personally glad that Kid Goku's in it, just so I can make jokes about his ultimate's name. But
Eh.
yeah, yeah. But no, I'm wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess Adult Gohan just wasn't performing.
Yeah, they could just be taking this time to test him more, which,
That's that is true.
yeah.
And this is definitely not a match that you want to try to test against. Muscle
Yeah.
is a very fearsome uh, set of foes.
Mm-hmm.
especially for
Especially, yeah, Broly 13, freaking Roshi, of course.
yeah. Um, God, if both 13 and Broly are in, I think I got to give it to Muscle
Yeah,
personally.
Kid Goku's gonna be in.
Yes,
He's a really good counter to big, huge, muscly characters.
he he
So,
he can get right into those tight spots and just
just say it. I know you want to say it.
No, I promised I wouldn't say comments that would get me timed out again.
Yeah, and I will time you out more in the goddamn stream. You're a staff member, god dang it.
That's why I don't talk in chats. There's a
Mm-hmm.
reason I don't say stuff because I get in
Yeah,
trouble
you just bombard me on
and
Skype, dude.
Fern yells at me.
Hmm. Anyways, if we see the same kind of performance out of early Goku that we did this week, I'm going to say Dragon Ball Warriors.
Sounds fair.
Yeah, because with Kid Goku in, they have a small, tiny guy who is, that is the easiest way to take down a big, huge dude. If he has Draconic Aura, good fucking luck.
Yeah. No, ex- no, exactly what you're saying though. If Kid Goku could be an amazing counter to some of these
Yeah,
bigger, slower characters.
yeah, hell, I know that Chaozu is an amazing counter to those, simply
Don't
because of his attack animation speed.
Tao too, I believe, is rather quick, and
Yeah.
hell, actually, just all of DBW is pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Even Pilaf.
Yeah, he can be. His attack animations are weird. There's a
Yes.
lot of like speed, 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 stop, pause, speed, 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 stop, speed, 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 and finisher, and that kind of thing.
Sometimes that nice differentiation of slow and fast can actually really help in a combo.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna
But
still stick with Dragon Ball Warriors though.
and I'm gonna stick with muscle.
Yeah, muscle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, next up is match 7, Majins versus the Ginyu Force, and this is going to be at King's Castle.
Margins. All right,
Why did
I have
I think that you were going to say that?
I have to say to the Ginyus, it's not fair for me to pick. I'm always going to pick my team,
Yeah.
but I just I don't say that because I think it'll be an easy fight. Like I said, I have to,
Mm-hmm.
but I think if the Ginyu Force that shows up last week shows up, my team's going to have a really fun and tough match.
Yeah, you're going to have Majub, who, maybe it's time to try, spam me again, or maybe you should look into what Boos are doing with Oob and see if melee works. Um,
Yeah,
I mean, they have the same exact animation, so
yeah. Oh, and just if anyone's wondering, Maju, I think I actually said this already that
yeah,
he's not
you
spamming.
said it. He's not spamming.
Okay.
He's not
Yeah.
doing anything like he's doing in tests. In
The
tests,
the
he's
new
throwing out like 10, 15 B2s. In the
Yeah.
actual matches, he's doing like 4,
Yeah.
if that.
So we tried.
Yeah.
We got to try something new.
A derpy Majub is going to be in versus
Yes.
the Ginyu Force, who is
So that
going
means
to have Zarbon,
yeah.
who
Which wait,
completely out countered the Saiyans this week.
does that mean that both of our midgets are on the bench?
Yeah, both of your midgets are on the bench. They do not want to have to deal with Goldo ever.
Yeah, and Bobbity just can't do the same output. We tried him in preseason week 3.
Yeah, he
He
got
just
wrecked.
Yeah. Granted, it was against an android, but he didn't even try to grab, so it didn't even matter.
Yeah, he had the extreme advantage. He did like nothing. He
Yeah.
If he had done like B2 after B2 after B2, just spammed those, I mean, might have worked.
He did not even try to throw one.
Yeah.
But so the Ginyus are gonna have Zarbon in.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
And they have 3 very solid supporters versus your 1
What? Wait, what? Do we mean on the forums or on our teams?
on the forums.
I have 2 supporters.
Wait, you do? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Viper. I
Yeah.
keep forgetting about
Oh,
Viper.
yeah. In case anyone doesn't know, I got the old muscle coach on my team.
Oh, me,
Yay!
me, 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 me.
But yeah, no,
Oh, look at me.
I've got Coach Ace and I got Viper Kang on my team.
Yeah, I always forget about Viper because he never talks to me anymore.
Well,
God.
because he's in the Navy.
In the Navy.
Thank you.
Um,
Um,
I'm going to go with Ginyu because I have faith that if
well,
they put their nose to the
ending this
grindstone
call
like
now.
they did this week,
Nothing.
you're gonna what now?
End the call.
Don't do that. Come on. If
No, I'm kidding.
if they put their nose to the grindstone like they did last week, and I think they're going to do that, it's going to be a tough match for the Majins. Simply because you guys have some characters that are not performing like they should.
The
But
new difficulty does not like my team.
yeah. But you do have Deborah, who is amazing. You have Majin Vegeta, who could use a bit of work.
He's
He's
been
not really performing.
consistent.
He's
No,
been consistent,
he's
but
been consistent
he's
about 40 to 50K.
really. It doesn't seem like it.
It really doesn't, but I'm pretty sure he has been.
Huh. Well, never mind about that. He's been consistent. Um.
He just doesn't do it well, a lot of his damage comes from those ki blasts, and you don't
Yeah,
really.
that's right.
You,
Those aren't as visceral as B2.
he's been doing his big bang attacks though, and he did well this week against the androids.
Yeah,
You know?
Spopovich too.
Oh my God, Spopovich against
The
Cell. That was so
only thing
nice.
is you have a underperforming baby and an underperforming Majub compared to a very, very, very solid Ginyu Force.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think
This is the
what
most
the only
solid
one
they've
that
been in years.
yeah, I think the only one that isn't as solid is Jace, who I think is having the same issues that Majub's having with the new difficulty.
Well, yeah, but they have a really solid melee spec.
Shh, don't shame me.
Do you remember what he did this week? He did like at least 60 grand, maybe 80 grand. I don't
Like,
remember,
did he do
but
that much?
yeah, he took out like almost two Saiyans
You know
by
what?
himself.
I think I was confusing a preseason week
Yeah,
with
one
this week for
preseason
Jace.
week was like he did nothing
Yeah,
during like
you know what?
week 3 or 4.
It's coming to me now. That's right.
Yeah, but
That's scary.
they're hilariously enough, their least solid character is Ginyu, of course, but
That's
he has
that's been
been pretty fucking solid too with his
yeah,
melee
taking
build.
out that monkey.
Yeah,
Like there was like it was nothing.
yeah.
Just smash,
Well,
smash.
that's what happens with Draconicora.
Yes. I wanted to see him grab the monkey.
That would have been great. Flip the monkey.
Oh.
I don't know if it actually works
No, I don't think it does. I
with
doubt.
Draconicora.
I don't think you can grab them. It's just like with the with the what's it called? The other like the B2s.
Yeah, Rush B2s.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
rush ones. I
yeah,
don't think
yeah. Yeah.
test it.
Anyways, later. Match 8. We have Rugrats versus Namek. Now, Namek has been really solid during the
Yes.
preseason. They almost took down the goddamn SSJs
In the main season. Yeah.
in the main season. Rugrats were extremely solid during the preseason, but they kind of derped this week.
Yeah, they had a slight hiccup, but I don't think we'll be seeing that.
I doubt we will
Yeah.
be seeing that unless they decide to just throw everything out the window and do something completely different.
Which I kind of hope not.
I hope
In
not to.
in my
It'll.
experience, sometimes a build just derps.
Hmm.
And
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's always a smart idea to see 1 week's performance and go, we need to do a complete overhaul.
Hmm.
I mean, sometimes yes, sometimes that's the right move. But I think more times than not, it's just
It's
you,
almost shooting yourself in the foot. Almost.
exactly because that could have been a great thing, and they just derped once, and now you're scrambling for 5 weeks to find something else.
Yeah. And you
When
never
that
go back to the thing that just derped once.
exact until like next season or something.
Yeah, and then you go, oh, we shouldn't have done this.
Exactly.
We shouldn't have moved from this and that kind of thing.
But that's just my personal opinion with
Yeah,
that.
it's just my philosophy as well.
But for their benches,
For their benches, the Rugrats will have, and this will be on the Namek stage, which is what we saw the Boos fight on this week. Again,
the
I will
desert.
make sure that things will be right. Ha
Yes.
ha. Let's see, let's see. Namek. Load,
No.
Mr. Tab. Okay, weekly rotation, King Piccolo. King Piccolo is going to be in next week.
Okay.
PyCon is in their free agent bench.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
I can see that because
I mean,
he was
I get it.
he
He
was
was inconsistent.
yeah, he was pretty okay during week 4. He was really bad during week 3, and those were
It's
the
just
only 2 weeks that we saw.
it's just funny because I believe PyCon was the most or second most expensive.
Oh yeah, he was the most sought after.
Yeah, oh, he
Definitely.
was definitely the most sought after during the free agent. But he was also one of the most expensive, I believe.
Let me actually double check that. Let me check
Maybe not
my Google spreadsheets.
actually. I
Namek.
feel like early Goku may have been the most expensive by not early, Goku, the one Derp picked up.
Yeah.
I think they may have thrown the
Bidding
most money at
values?
him.
No, not bidding values. Where the hell did I save this?
Give me a second. I'll look with you.
No, no, I can't. I can't find it. Oh well. Anyways, they spent every single ounce of cash, which I will be updating everybody's Zenny because we implemented the whole you get 2 Zenny from winning, or no, 2 Zenny from losing, 1 Zenny
There
from
you go.
winning. Uh, so that's a good thing. Um,
Yeah.
so anyways, King Piccolo will be in, and Rugrats will have Dodoria. Yeah, Dodoria because they have Cyberman in the free agent rotation.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
So they have to have Dodoria in. They have to put out Goten, Trunks, Cell Jr., or GT Goku. I have a feeling I know exactly who they're going to put out.
But wow, that's gonna be.
That's going to
I
be
think that.
tough. I'm going to have to go with Namek.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you there. Just, I mean, Dodoria could be great, but I don't know.
Yeah, he just seems very subpar compared to a lot of the other characters on Rugrats.
Yeah, which is hard to say because Dodoria was on my minor leagues team as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I think Namek might. I got to go with Namek still.
Yeah, I got to go with Namek too. King Piccolo has been really solid. Late
All
Piccolo, early
all of
Piccolo,
Namek really
nailed.
has been
Yeah, Namek
pretty
has been
solid,
solid all around.
which
Celebrator has
just
done a
adds.
lot.
Yes, and it just adds to the reason why PyCon didn't make the final cut yet.
Yeah, it makes
I mean,
sense.
he has some great B2s, but if everything else isn't matching up to what the rest of the team can do,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't make sense to use him just because you spent so much money on him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's actually some really great uh, team decisions for Namek
Yeah.
that they can see past. Oh, we spent so much on this guy, so we have to use him.
Mm-hmm.
But so,
Yeah.
anything else?
I think that's it. Is there anything else you would like to say to anybody who would be watching?
Um, just make sure to catch us this Sunday with our special
Yes,
celebrity guest
Chris
commentator.
Sabat.
We'll plug this one more time.
Yep, it's going to be awesome. And please do not forget to check out the forums. Make sure to get all of your builds in on time. Remember that it is not Tuesday, Thursday night.
There you go.
Builds need to be in Thursday night at midnight Hawaii Standard Time. That is going to be at 4 a.m. Central Standard Time and 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's
And
the deadline for builds.
yes,
We're
please.
not going to be giving anybody passes. We're going to be a lot harsher on the builds from now
That's
on.
what the preseason was for.
Hmm.
We let stuff go during the preseason because there's the preseason for people to get used to it, but we cannot have that.
Hmm.
If it'll be an issue, talk to some of your team members, and if there's someone you trust as a secondary, you can talk to Burn, myself, someone on the staff about it.
Hmm.
But yeah, get those in. They're important.
Hmm. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and we will see you all next time. Hopefully next week. And
Yes.
good luck, everybody, this week. Bye bye.
Have bye. Have fun.
Have bye.
I
Nice
just
one.
shut up.